listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast.
It's Thirsty Thursday, and that means it's time for a tall, mean glass of Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast in your ass. I might be able to rhyme, but it might not make sense, but it still rhymes. You know? McFlow? What a hoe. Boom! I'm basically Eminem of the podcast. Shut up! I can't think of an Eminem quote. I don't listen to Eminem. Ba 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 ba. Is that what he says? I don't know. Fuck it. It's the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast, and we have pick shows for you because we have 2 wrestle picks to do. It's the start of a new quarter for the Cruiserweight Championship, which I'll never see again in my lifetime, but that's fine. One of you will be able to see that Cruiserweight Championship. Hopefully, one of you listeners out there will throw in some picks, get ambitious, have the smarts, and will be able to dethrone the supreme villain of the Cruiserweight title. Basically, the Darth Sidious of the podcast, which is Pat, the mid-card maniac. Somebody, for the love of God, send your picks in, make them be right, and take this title from this lunatic, because I fear for Beef's well-being. The longer the title stays in Pat's hands, the more I fear that we're going to lose Beef into some sort of Pat-related madness. And I don't want that to happen. I love the boy dearly, and I don't want to lose him to the likes of that maniac. Speaking of Beef, Beef the Legend is on the show, as well as Tiger Bomb Tom, as well as Poot the Bard, the 4 whore rigmarole. I don't know. We're all here basically to do picks. So that's what we're going to do. So strap in. It's one of my favorite times on the podcast is a pick-a-sode. I like talking about picks. I like picking the picks. I like deciding why we're going to do it. I like talking about why we're picking what we're picking. It's an enjoyable experience for me, and I hope it's as enjoyable for you as it is for me. So, speaking of picks, let me go ahead and dust off the old serving spoon. Fuck, man, I don't know. You'll get the analogy or you don't. I don't get it. But in any case, Lord Wellington, please take the reins.
Yeah, man. Hi everybody. We're not doing the Cruiserweight Open anymore. It's canceled. If you're listening, don't bother sending in pics. It's just the 4 of us now. Unilateral decision has happened. Pat's been stripped. Cruiserweight title's back in the P3 fold. Hi everybody. I'm kidding. I
was like, man, I really didn't listen to read the chat. Jesus, when the fuck? I gotta pay more attention.
P3 title, I call it.
Decision. That's why I said unilateral decision. It was something that I made it spur of the moment right now. No, I'm kidding. We
it's
do
back in the hands of the P3. I call it.
Even if I don't think that's how that works. Even if Pat is our champion. We appreciate all of our wonderful fans' input, and hey, if you're listening to this, it's a new month, and there's a moth in my house.
It's a new day.
A new month.
It's a new generation.
It's a new quarter.
Like Session Moth Martina or whatever her name was.
No,
stop it.
She's still around?
Who?
No, man.
Is she?
Yeah. God, where was I going with this? Anyway. Get your picks in.
Derailed real good.
This way. I guess what the point is. Get your picks in. We're gonna start with NXT No Mercy 2023.
Diggity dog.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
What's the who's not Booker T on NXT? What's his name?
Who's not?
Stevie Ray.
What? You know the commentator. The commentator's not Booker T. Oh no, the commentator. Okay.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett.
No. He was there. To
Corey
be fair.
Graves?
No. He used to be the guy that was on
guy
Raw.
that always got stabbed and left.
Kevin Patrick.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Patrick Klein.
Kevin
Anyway.
Kelly.
Yeah, Kevin Patrick.
Anyway.
That sounds right.
Anyway, he at one point during just the build up
Calvin
for No
Klein.
Mercy, he definitely went diggity dog, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. Nice fucking shout out. Anyway.
He
I have
knew.
to, I
Good
have to go
job.
watch that. Was that on the latest NXT
Absolutely.
episode?
No, this was when they first announced it, because tickets have been on sale for some time, but within the early last month, I think, before when they started building to it, and really putting the artwork up there and getting it out. Tom, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna bury you on this podcast so fucking hard.
He mutes himself.
all
He
right.
told us that on Tuesday.
I what?
Oh.
yeah. Sorry, I forgot
Sure
to mute I forgot to mute myself. So sue me.
Sure fucking did. All right.
I don't have enough money to create a lawsuit.
Okay.
Sucks to you.
All
I'm
right.
gonna hire Poot as my attorney.
All right.
Poot, file
anyway,
a lawsuit against this man.
Done.
This is all gone off the fucking
Sweet.
rails.
Well done,
I
Poot.
object.
Wait, hold on. I have to. Let me type some. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Hold on.
God damn it!
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my typing. Hack
Thank
the
you,
pla-
McTyper.
You
Hack the
sound like a
planet.
fucking airport ticket vendor.
That'll be
Sounds like Snuffers on the
$795.
screen.
Well, fuck
that's
you, I'll
pretty-
walk.
God damn it!
Attorney fee.
All right.
All right.
Can we proceed forward? You you exhaust me. All right. So here are our matches for NXT No Mercy.
As we are one to do.
Blair Davenport faces Kalani Jordan in a pre-show singles match.
Who?
Noam Dar defends the NXT Heritage Cup
You
against
fucking
Butch
raccoon
and NXT.
pelt-headed piece of shit.
All right.
I knew it. I should have left the fucking soundboard alone, because I knew the minute I fucking did something, someone else was gonna jump
You
on.
open this
My
can of worms.
phone's in
All
my
right.
pocket. It's not me.
All right, go ahead.
My phone's in my
listen,
pocket. It's not
I
me.
know. I fucking know who it was. I fucking know who it was. We're
we know
moving
who
on.
we know who it was. I got
move.
mine out of my system. I got mine out of my system before everybody got in.
We move.
Hoot, my eyebrows are ascending, and I'm disappointed in you. No,
My
Dar
eyebrows
defends.
are ascending.
Your eyebrows can't ascend. They have already ascended. They are always peaked.
Man's true.
You don't know from fucking fun. Noam Dar defends the damn Heritage Cup against
Leash
Butch.
of Fox.
Butch has Tyler Bate in his corner, and Noam Dar, of course, has the Metaphor. Braun Breaker faces Baron Corbin in a singles match. Becky Lynch defends the women's title against Tiffany Stratton. Dirty Dom defends the NXT North American title against Trick Williams. The Family defends the titles against OTM, which is Lucian Price and Bronco Nima. They're a newer team. Versus the Creed Brothers versus Los Lotharios, which is Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. And then finally, we will see the defense of the NXT title, Carmelo Hayes defending against Ilya Dragunov. Becky Lynch versus Tiffany is an Extreme Rules match. Everything else is by the books. In the NXT North American title match, Dragon Lee will be the special guest referee.
I
Those are
wasn't
your
paying
matches.
attention to the number. How many?
7.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get started here.
I'll start.
Go ahead, Tom. We're going to start with Blair versus Kalani. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't even know who the hell Kalani Jordan is. I do know that Blair Davenport lost her last match against Roxanne Perez, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't know enough about the other competitor to wager anywhere near enough points. So I'm going to put 1 point on Blair Davenport.
If I'm not mistaken, and I might be, I think Kalani Jordan may have been the person that was with Dana Brooke before Dana got the axe.
Okay.
I think I'm not 110% on that. I'm kind of sort of certain. Anyway, Blair 7 points. Yeah,
Fuck.
she's on her. I mean, she is a fucking superstar versus fucking someone that we're all like, oh, I think I know who this is now. There's no chance Blair Davenport loses this match. Poot.
I'm going to go one less than you, but I have the same thought because I'm saving my 7 for something that I'm going to be foolish about. I'm gonna go
As you do.
6. As is my want. I'm gonna go with 6 points on Blair Davenport. Like Kalani Jordan going from. I mean, you can tell a good story of going from another superstar, like a more established superstar side piece to being like your own person. It can happen, and it's happened before. Like you can do it. But I think, like Beef said, Blair Davenport is a rock star, and like this is like, okay, get the victory on a premium live event, get things rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ransom?
I'm going to pick the same person that Poot and Beef picked for 5 points.
Beef didn't pick yet.
Only?
Thanks.
Only. I did.
Oh, wait.
I did.
Oh.
It was just a quick in and out. Only if you tell me her name, Ransom.
Bush Delightford.
Nailed it. Hey,
my ex-girlfriend.
He got the first and last initial,
Poot.
right? So he got the first initial over first name and first initial over last name. I'll take it. Noam Dar in defense of the NXT Heritage Cup, and remember, this is standard British rounds rules apply, which is somewhere in the middle of like wrestling and also shoot fighting. I dig it. It's fun. Butch won the Heritage. I think it's called the Heritage Cup Invitational.
Yes.
It was basically like a mini G1 that NXT had. It was actually a decent competition.
Excuse me.
So I guess I pick first here.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the upset, and I'm picking Butch for 2 points. I just feel like there's not much for Pete Dunne on the main roster, and we're seeing this tradition of guys coming back to NXT, guys and girls coming back to NXT and kind of starting to make their nuts. So give me Butch, give me 2 points. I think that Noam's had a pretty great run with the Heritage Cup, but I think Butch will carry it nicely. Putski.
I'm right there with you. I think old Peter Dune is going to take this one, because Noam Dar can take the loss. Noam Dar can move on to something else. I think that would be good for him. Maybe start running at oh, son of a bitch! It's their North American title. Thank you very much. I was like the International Continent Champion. Move up to that, but I'm gonna put 3 on old Peter Dune. And also, are the rumors still floating around that he's going back to being called Peter Dune instead of Butch?
That's been something I've been hearing for like fucking 4 months. Pretty much actually says Triple H took over, and now Vince is back. So like, I don't know, probably not.
I think it'd be great, because him rolling out there with Tyler Bate, I think it would be a cool transition. Obviously, probably not on this premium live event, but have him hang around there, have him say, I'm Peter Dunne, So I don't know.
I'd like it if he transitioned to the Butch, like the Butcher, or like the Butcher weight, something like that.
The Butcher weight. That's dope.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, incorporate the the little but call himself Pete Dunne.
Yeah,
that way you get a little bit of column A. Right, a little bit of column A, a little from column B. Let's little callback. Ransom, who you got?
I'll say the Butcher weight for 2 points.
And Tom?
I'm gonna end up being on an island by myself. I'm going with Mr. Alicia Fox for 2 points.
Man,
Noam Dar victory confirmed.
That was such a black mark on Noam Dar's career, because the Scottish Supernova, having him come in, having people just remember the Alicia Fox thing makes me go, poor guy.
Well, I mean, that's not all I remember, but to be fair, where the hell is the rest of old Peter Dune's buddies at? Because he was hanging around with Rich Holland and Sheamus. So are they? Right. So are they still up on the main roster, or what's going on with the Holland Brutes?
Well, I mean, I think that Pete Dunne was a lend from the main roster to participate in the global Invitational Heritage Cup. And yes, I know that Rich Holland and Sheamus could have competed as well, but they did not. I mean,
Yes.
Sheamus is sitting around just quietly waiting for his chance to get the Intercontinental title and be, the 87th fucking Grand Slam Thank You Man champion. And Rich Holland is just waiting to hurt somebody else. So that's where we are with those two. I mean, honestly,
he's gonna cripple the rest of the New Day.
The Noam Dar is a good pick. That's where the odds are right now. Is with the Rock and Roller. But I just I feel like every so often I have to pick against the odds because sometimes I feel like people look at the Vegas odds and they're like, we're gonna try and buck them.
I don't even know where you find the Vegas odds at. I just go with my gut.
Points bet. There are a couple places I look. Depending. The
fact that there is betting stuff like DraftKings and stuff like that involved with things involved in pro wrestling kind of blows my mind. But that's a whole nother.
Sure does. The tag team titles are up for grabs when the family, again, which is Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stax Lorenzo, aka Patrick Mahomes in disguise, defend against OTM, the Creed brothers, and Los Lotharios.
Don't forget Scripps is with OTM.
Oh, my bad.
AKA Reginald.
Oh, Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie.
Yeah, right.
Scripps.
Who you got, Ransom?
Oh Lord, I don't know.
To be fair, I think that this is your traditional NXT tag team scrum pick'em, where honestly any of these teams could come out with it.
Yeah.
I think it'd maybe be down to two, maybe
every time. That's it's just all right. Time for some water ASMR.
Yeah, man. It is the Pittsburgh Podcast AMR show featuring Ransom.
ASM.
Sorry, my bad.
What is it? I always fuck
ASMR.
The awesome sex machine Ransom. ASR. Yes. Go on, Ransom. Yes, ASR. You heard me.
This is the assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah.
How about title defense success for 1 point?
You like the family?
No business being on this fucking podcast. Not one shred of business being on this podcast.
I mean, to be fair, we're just getting spun up with NXT again, so no one's gonna fault you, my buddy. Tom, who you got?
As much as I want to see the Creed brothers win, because god damn it, are they overdue? I think the family's gonna keep it, and I'm gonna put 5 points on it.
Yeah, I'm in the same line of thinking. They just won those titles here not too long ago.
They did.
Yes, the Creed brothers need a break or a fucking call up.
Yeah, I was one or the other. Fucking shit or get off the pot, man. These guys are dude. Who I don't know what the match was not long ago, but one of the Creed brothers literally did a fucking one-arm power bomb.
Yep,
dude, they are fucking freaks of nature, athletically gifted, just amazing athletes. Fucking
throw them up there with fucking. Throw them up there with Chad Gable,
Oh my god,
that'd be dynamite, man. That'd be good.
Fucking revamp the world's greatest tag team again. Jesus Christ, it's right there.
Give Imperium a nice 6-man squad or a 3-man squad to go against. Come on, man.
Fuck yes. Fucking throw all the money at that. That is God. They're so good.
Well, we all want that, so it's not gonna happen.
I know.
Nope,
I know.
Not at all.
I know.
Not until Walt Disney dies again. Give me the family for 4 points. I just don't see him losing this quick. But again, it's a fucking NXT tag team match that has more than one team in it. Well, more than 2 teams in it. So it's a fucking pick 'em. OTM looks like they're gonna get a hot push. Like Tom said, the fucking Creed brothers are the Creed brothers, and Los Lotharios are back and causing some waves. Yeah, but when in doubt, do what Ransom did. Go with the incumbent. 4 points with the family. Poot.
This is kind of the one that I'm gonna err on the side of a little bit of caution with. I'm gonna put. Oh man, I really want to go with Los Lotharios because Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
They're super good.
Man, they're super good. Angel Garza by himself is awesome, and Humberto Carrillo doesn't get enough. You know, like he had that little bit of time on the main roster where he was being featured, but it was like both of those guys by themselves are just kind of like I don't know, but like together they're really fun. But I'm gonna. This is gonna be my risky one. I'm gonna put 1 point on Los Lotharios just for kicks. This is here's the Tom, please.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
Tom, please. The I always have one crazy pick. But I'm being conservative this time with my crazy pick. So it's not Los Lotharios. It's Los Lotharios.
Watch them win, and he should have put 7 points on it.
I don't, dude, right. 1 point's better than... Listen, whatever you guys put on there, you'd lose it, and I'd gain 1 point. It's 1 point. Fuck it.
Good point. Good point.
The man make good points. Braun Breaker faces Baron Corbin in a standard match, which I don't quite understand, except for
I think it's because
Becky Lynch is on the fucking card, and she's like, "Hey, I'm taking the fucking gimmick match this month," and Baron Corbin's like, "Yes, ma'am."
I think it's literally because fucking they gave the axe to what's his nuts fucking Gable Steveson, and they're like, "Hey, we need somebody else for Baron Corbin. Go do it, Braun."
I didn't give him the axe. He's still employed. He's just not, there.
I thought they gave him the axe.
Did they?
I thought they did. Like before the purge.
Right? I thought. Sure. Now that you're saying that, I'm wondering.
I thought they did.
That sounds right.
Same reason the fucking Kalani
Google
Jordan.
currently signed to WWE.
Okay.
Oh.
So
speculation that he was going to get fired.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Like it's been all over the place, but it is what it is. So anyway, Corbin, Breaker.
Aren't they both heels as well too? Like.
Yep, they sure are.
This is a whole lot of fucking doesn't make sense at all, but okay.
Yeah, and I mean at the end of the day, I think it might end up being a whole lot of who fucking cares. Which is sad.
Yeah.
The Braun Breaker had a really great arc, and it's definitely turned into an arch. Like he started real low, he got real high, and now he's going right back to where. And it's you hate to see it. Background on Tom? No, to me, right? No, fuck, damn it.
Wait,
you started, then me. So we are Tom. Okay. Did we skip Poot?
I think you skipped me there, cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. All right, well, out of rotation, Poot, who you got here?
I don't see a reason for Braun Breaker to lose. But Baron Corbin just came back, but historically Baron Corbin's just kind of been whenever he brought back the Lone Wolf thing, I was like, fuck yeah, this is going to be great for Baron Corbin. But I don't see a point in Braun Breaker and him. The only thing that's giving me pause that Baron Corbin could win is chicanery and the fact that it's kind of like a mid-card match with no weird stipulation or anything and no title, that it's like, okay, are they going to stretch this feud out? You know what I mean?
It doesn't feel like it.
No, and that's why I'm kind of
feels like this is just like a thrown together type thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, because they're both heels. What's the fucking build up for them?
I'm
a bigger dickhead than you. Match I
think the idea
my
might
torso
be
is sadder than yours.
Oh.
I think eventually the idea might be that like this would be a nice little jumping off point to make Braun like a more intense babyface, as opposed to like, hey, I'm Smiley Joe Steiner babyface.
Yeah, but he
like,
crushed
hey,
a man's
I'm the
head.
Fucking... What?
Like Braun Breaker, he crushed a man's head.
When?
Goldberg killed a guy.
On the other with a trident. Don't you remember? Was it Von Wagner? Like they did the thing where it like went off the air,
right.
and then he actually fucking crushed Von Wagner's head. Like he was doing heel things, and they did the we're gonna choppy your pee-pee, but with stairs and Von Wagner's dome. And they cut to black, and you heard the crash, and you heard everyone go, "Oh, get a medic!" But it was for real because he actually accidentally crushed Braun Breaker or Von Wagner's fucking skull.
There's no
I don't think I
crushing that
remember that.
fucking ginormous thing. Let's be real.
Yeah, right. Like all you're gonna do is fix his fucking skull into like a more pleasing shape,
A less
which we shouldn't make
cavemanish
fun
shape.
of. As far
Yes.
as I think. I'm pretty sure that was like a birth defect or something that happened. So like after like hearing that story, I was like, man, I feel bad about calling the dude a caveman, but he looks like a fucking caveman.
He does,
like,
and
what's he gonna do?
as a man with a pronounced Cro-Magnon forehead myself, I sympathize for him. But
listen, your head is nowhere near pronounced like his.
No,
next time you see me, look at my profile and ignore the fact that I don't have a neck.
I see it.
Like
I see it.
Oh, it's
like,
there.
Beef's like, no, I see it.
it.
You're ugly as fuck.
No, I think you could be. I think you could have a caveman shaped head and still be visually pleasing. Poot is not ugly as fuck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and
Everybody's
also
really channeling the ransom level of fucking shit on everybody vitriol tonight.
and yes, and proud we are of him. The I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker for 5. That's the long story thing. But yeah, like I said, it's two big meaty heels slapping evil meat. Like, okay, like that's fine. Like that's fine. But Braun Breaker, there's no reason for him to fucking lose this other than a punishment for crushing a caveman's skull. There aren't very many of them left around, man. All right.
I mean, we don't deserve you, buddy. We definitely don't deserve you.
Thank you.
Ransom, who you got in this one?
Wow. Jeez. Oh. Well, you know what they say. 5 points.
What am I supposed to do with that?
You know what they say.
Well,
you know what they say.
He just goes, you know what they say. 4 forks in the sink.
Also, you've already used your 5-pointer. Damn it, Ransom.
Oh, you know what they say. 4 points.
You got a name for me there,
Damn
cowboy?
it.
You know, that guy.
I'll pick Mortis. I will pick Mortis here. I don't care.
For you.
That's evil. That's the most evil meat.
Fucking the winner. 4 points.
Oh, God.
This motherfucker. Do you need me to remind you who's in the match? In the podcast already?
I'm dying.
How about Braun Breaker for you know.
I got the points. Thank you. You know what they say.
Jesus.
Well, you know.
Braun Breaker for you know what they say. Tom, you got.
Well, fucking. I need a second to compose myself.
I feel like Beef's trail off there was kind of like when Ric Flair saw the Shockmaster come through the wall.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Oh,
You know what they say.
you know what they say.
5 points.
Oh God.
God fucking hell.
Man.
You're gonna have to do some heavy editing.
Poot, you gotta fucking clip that "Oh God" from fucking Shockmaster. You have to clip that so we can make it part of the fucking soundboard.
I will.
Oh
noted.
God.
Noted.
Oh God.
God.
He fell on his arse.
Every single time.
I'm trying to
Then the
catch my
bulldog.
breath.
He fell on his arse.
He fell on his fucking arse.
They fucking screwed him.
Catch him, Danny.
Oh,
Screwed him
fuck.
good.
Oh, fucking hell. Whew. All right. Is it my turn? I think.
It is. It is.
Well, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker
You know what
for
they say.
for a fucking 143 and 1/3% chance of points, which equates to 3.
Heavy
Got
petting
that, thank you.
intensifies.
Stunning
Yes.
math. I'm gonna be the fucking lone dude here. I'm fucking burn the ships, man. I think that they absolutely are gonna extend this out. It's definitely not gonna be a one-off, especially given the vitriol and the anger and such that we've seen from these two. I think that they're probably heading for a different matchup, maybe even a Halloween Havoc. Maybe they'll be in the spin the wheel, make the deal match. Regardless, I think that Corbin wins here, and I think the Breaker gets them later. But, because, 50-50 booking. Anyway, yeah, burn the ships. Corbin, 3 points.
Who was it that said that they were possibly angling towards making Braun Breaker a more intense babyface?
This guy.
Maybe they, on the flip side, maybe they'll do that with Corbin instead.
I think they tried that with Corbin, and anytime they try to make him a face, people just don't give two shits.
Yeah, I just don't see it for him, man. I don't think that's gonna be in his bag of tricks.
Yeah.
He's got nothing face about him. Like, he could fucking smile and hand people $100 bills. The closest thing he got to a face was bum ass Corbin.
Yeah.
That was the fucking closest, and that was just because of fucking savagery and fucking like pity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dirty Dom defends the North American title against Trick Williams.
I love how dirty's in fucking parentheses, like Seth freaking Rollins, like
right.
So dumb, but so great.
Tom, this is your pick.
All right, we are back on the correct rotation now.
We
right?
are. Yes.
Okay. 6 points, Dirty Dom. I don't think they're done. I think there's still more legs to this whole thing with the Judgment Day having all the gold. I think it'll be a little bit before we see Dirty Dom drop that North American title. And I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to have. It'd be interesting to have Carmelo Hayes have the NXT Championship and then Trick Williams have the North American Championship, and then have there be like, a little bit of budding jealousy, this and that, or like whose dick's bigger, fucking my title's better than yours, or whatever, blah blah blah. You could go down that avenue. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to break them up eventually. Like somebody's gonna turn on somebody. But I don't think we're anywhere near that. So give me Dirty Dom for 6 points.
Somebody's peeking at my notebook. I'm taking Dom for 6 as well. I think Trick is going to get over, if he's not already over. I think he's going to get as over as Mella, because I think Trick's just his personality is just really, really good.
He's great on the mic.
In the ring. Well, yeah, he may not be as good in the ring as Melo, but I think he might be better on the mic than Melo. And he's a great hype man.
He is.
I think that we are just starting his ascent here, and I think that the necessary evil is him losing this to create that jealousy when he had the chance to go out and get his own title, missing the mark. So yeah, I think that this kind of starts that little bit of a schism between them, no pun intended. But yeah, give me Dirty Dom, 6 points.
Pooch.
The dirtiest of Guerreros that has ever existed, Dirty Dom, for 4.
Love it.
I don't think we can call him the dirtiest of the Guerreros.
Well, you know what they say.
I mean, don't forget about Vicky.
You know what they say. Ah, gross.
Dolph would be the dirtiest one then. I don't know.
Gross.
Oh,
This is
yuck.
gross. Ransom, save us.
Fetus Face Guerrero for 7 points.
That's a lot of points to put on. I'll
It's a
be
lot of stem
interested
cells there, buddy.
because we haven't seen Rhea Ripley in a minute. She's off selling an injury and spending time with Buddy. I would be a little bit shocked if Rhea's big return is on NXT, but at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked if that makes any sense to you guys. It'd be weird if it wasn't Raw or like a PLE, but like, I don't know, man. Like her showing back up on NXT, like a big NXT event on the road, might be kind of what they need to kind of bolster these, big NXT event sales. Speaking of bolstering the big NXT event sales, Becky Lynch defends the NXT Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match against Tiffany Stratton. It is my pick here, and
Wait, is it?
is it?
No, it'd be Ransom's.
Yeah. No, you just picked. You picked Dom first.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
No, it's my fault because I fucked everything up. Anyway, and as I'm sure Poot is already figuring out, it's all a master plan to make sure I screw Poot out of the most points possible.
Well, I mean, I figured that's just
well, you know what they say.
Hey, you know what they say.
So yeah, this is a weird match, man. I thought for fucking sure that this would be when Tiffany wins it back. But after some of Becky Lynch's comments this week about them not having anything for her on the main roster, which is true, and there's not a lot of space for her right now, like, why not kind of carry NXT on the man's back for a while and give a big old rub to whoever beats her, Tiffany Stratton or otherwise. So I think, hesitantly so, that Becky Lynch is going to win this thing. I'm putting 1 point on it, but I think that she will be the victor. Poot?
I was saving this. This and another thing. I'm gonna go to save for that sweet Irish lass. I think I'm gonna say Becky Lynch as well. I think, I don't think it would hurt her to have a little bit of a run. I mean, having the championship obviously is great. Have her come down there and have her just waylay people and like have good matches, but like have her waylay people and just be like, lean into the whole fact that it's like none of you are ready for the big time. None of you are ready to be called up. You're all, and really lean into that. And then that's when you build that one next big draw. The person who beats Becky Lynch immediately is over. And have her down there for like the time that Balor was down there when he did the whole Prince run. He wasn't there a crazy amount of time. But it was a healthy stay. So I'm putting 2 points on Becky Lynch.
I thought that was going to be your 7. You
no,
used me.
Sir.
Ransom?
Mrs. Seth Rollins for my lowest points I have remaining.
3.
You know what they say.
I do.
3 in the points is worth 1 in the...
No. That's something different. Tom, who you got?
Amy.
I got Becky Lynch for 4 points. I wasn't even thinking about the comparison that you mentioned with Finn Balor and him coming back down and doing his his run as the Prince. But if you really think about it, that also helped him out really, because the same thing, like they were kind of floundering with him. He had, I don't remember if that was before. I think that was after they had him with the IC title there as Happy Babyface Finn. I don't remember. I don't remember the timeline now.
It was.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it would do Becky some good, and also I think that it would do a lot of the talent down there really, really some good, because the only way you get better is to get in the ring with people that are better than you. And
you know it.
And I mean, you look at the roster down there. Yeah, you got some really good talent down there, like a Roxanne Perez, like a Cora Jade. To a degree, Tiffany Stratton's kind of coming along nicely, but man, you don't have like that female veteran presence down there. So I think it would do Becky some good to have a little bit of residency down there for some time and help the.
Look, I respect you too with your long, drawn out, syllabus like hypotheses about all the things that they're planning about Becky and all the ladies in this women's division. But let's face it, Becky's going to hold the title down there until Charlotte comes back, beats her for the NXT Women's Championship, drops it eventually, and then goes back up to the main roster and beats Rhea Ripley, and then we all fucking hate everything. Let's not pretend that that's not what is going to happen.
You really think that Charlotte is like you don't think that Charlotte would view as her going back to NXT as like beneath her now?
No, because I think Charlotte will be like, oh yeah, I'll go back to NXT, I'll win the championship, I'll drop it in the most ridiculous way possible that still makes me look like a kick-ass victory, and then I'll go to the main roster and I'll fucking beat somebody there.
Yep, I'll drop it in the 3-way match so that I don't have to lose.
Charlotte going to turn down a title shot? No. Charlotte going to turn down a title at all? No. I don't think so. I think she's stupid, and I hate her enough to be like, yeah, she'll show up down there, ruin everybody's day, and then, for hell, she might just be like, hey, bye, and set it down and leave, and then go fuck up Rhea Ripley's run, because Charlotte Flair.
I feel like there's something different happening here, because Gentleman of Storm is coming, and I feel like
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
somebody could be in attendance at No Mercy.
That's right.
That'd be a
we
good
might
way
get
to
a little bit of
Becky.
We might have a little bit of a stare down there. And I think with I don't know that, because obviously they didn't have Jade up until last week, but I think that maybe like that was sitting in the back of somebody's mind, like how big of a deal would that be if Jade Cargill came in and beat Becky Lynch for the NXT title?
Oof.
Like pretty fucking big, right?
Hard subject to change, my friend.
Yeah, right. So like I feel like there's a strong possibility that she could end up being the one to take the title off of Becky, and again, I'm fine with that. Other prognosticators are thinking that maybe that's why they have Nia running fucking Rush Hour on the main roster, so that Jane can come back and just so that Jay can come destroy her, which is fine. I'm fine with that too. Either way this fucking breaks, I think it's a great deal for fucking Jade Cargill. But the more I've been thinking about it, the more I think that she might be the one to beat Becky.
Why don't you're begging for Jade Cargill to show up and then get immediately injured? If you're like, oh yeah, let's put it in, she'll show up and bust up Nia. No, she'll show up, Nia will hurt her, and then she'll go away for 5 months after debuting, because that's what Nia Jax does.
Possibly.
Keep Jade Cargill away from Nia Jax, for the love of God. Put Charlotte Flair in a match with Nia Jax, because either way, if Nia wins, we win. If Nia hurts Charlotte, we win.
I think it just depends on what they want to do with Jade.
If Charlotte hurts, I was gonna say, if Charlotte hurts Nia, we definitely win. Yeah,
everybody wins.
It's a fucking.
I think it just depends on where they're judging her, whether she's main roster ready or not. I don't think that she is main roster ready, so I think that she probably just a Becky Lynch up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, she's. Don't get me wrong. Like she's been on TV on AEW, but historically, like everybody who has come from another promotion, whether it be Impact or wherever, and people that have been worldly traveled on the indies and stuff like that have said like there is nowhere like the WWE. Like it is a totally different monster. And you hear that from guys that have worked at WWE, left, went wherever, came back again. Like they'll be the first to tell you like it's a whole, no pun intended, it's a whole new world. Like the fact that it's called the WWE universe kind of makes sense in that regard. But
it has to show how much faith they had in AJ Styles to bring him in and not go through NXT and just show right up on the main roster. Like I don't know that anybody else who has come from a different promotion or from the indies has just shown up on the main roster since NXT has existed. Not many at all. It's I feel like there's maybe been one or two more besides AJ, but not many at all. Like you could probably count them on one. Yeah, you can count them on probably one hand.
Owens had a literal sip of coffee in NXT before he was already on the main show.
Well, but
the thing is when Owens showed up on the main show, he was immediately fighting with John Cena.
Yeah.
So all right, he had a month in NXT and then sort of fighting with John Cena. Like that's a big amount of trust.
Guys like AJ Styles and Kevin Owens are like quite literally generational talents. You know what I mean?
Max will be another one. If he goes, which is looking less and less likely, but if he goes, maybe when he goes, I think that he immediately jumps to the big boy card.
Well, somebody with the clout of MJF to put him in NXT
would be silly.
Like
foolish.
Right then and there, oh, they already fucked him.
Yep.
Like this dude's not a developmental talent. This dude's main roster talent.
Speaking of main roster talent, generational talents. Let's talk about the main event here, gents. Carmelo Hayes defends against Ilya Dragunov. I think this is their third match. It might only be their second. But man, they've had some fucking good scrums, man. They've had some great.
I think you're right. I think it
matches.
is. I think it's their second because I know Ilya faced off against Braun whenever Braun had it.
Right. So this is Ilya's third shot at the title, but only his second shot at Carmelo. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So Poot, you get to lead us off here.
Oh, I'm not. My 7 point was being saved specifically for this. It is Ilya Dragunov for 7.
Wow.
They gotta give it to him. He has been not only a workhorse from Go when he was in NXT UK. His match with Walter got him a strong foothold. And it was, and I know it's Gunther now, but this is when he was fighting Walter. I remember watching that and being in awe. And it was the first time in a long time. And obviously it wasn't just Ilya Dragunov, but it was Walter too. But Ilya Dragunov consistently puts on banger after banger after banger. He is all personality. He is all in-ring talent. He is so good. It is unreal. And it is about time that and people love him. And Ilya, not that Carmelo Hayes is anything to shake a stick at all. Carmelo Hayes is incredible. He is him. But they gotta give Dragunov that big win. And the fact that Dragunov is still believable, still strong, and still viewed as a contender is, I think, a testament to his work rate. I think it's a testament to everything. And I think it would mean a lot getting the win over Carmelo Hayes. It would mean a lot. So I'm going to put my 7-pointer on Ilya Dragunov.
All right. Ransom.
Well, yeah. Yeah. How about pick 'em? Last point.
Pick 'em.
6 points.
Pick 'em, boys.
Oh, fuck.
You got your 6-pointer here. Big money, no whammies.
Carmelo Hayes, 6 points. I don't fucking know.
Tom?
I don't know NXT, man. I don't know.
I don't disagree with anything that Poot said about Ilya Dragunov. However, I feel like Ilya Dragunov is kind of in the same vein as the Creed brothers. I'd love to see him win. I hate to be cliche, but this is literally a match where fucking the winners are the fans, no matter what, because these are both such fucking amazing talents. Ilya is definitely way overdue, but I don't think we're quite there yet. I think Carmelo Hayes is probably going to run out until like the end of this year, and then we see him as like, a night after Mania call up or whatever. But in that vein, this is my 7-pointer regardless. And when I looked at the card, this was literally the first one that I picked. 7 points. Mello don't miss, baby.
Mello don't miss. Except when he does. Those stories that I am true. I don't speak Russian, but I know the song.
Clearly.
Ilya Dragunov for 5. I think he finally gets the belt that he deserves, so let's crown him now.
God damn it!
Thank you. Well, that was a well-placed soundboard. See, I like that. That's good job. Whoever did it, good job.
You're welcome.
Ilya, 5 points here. I think that the Mello's going to be main roster bait at some point. I think that him and Trick have their little thing that they're gonna go through here. It may end up being a feud at some point, probably where Carmelo will get Trick over. But I think that Carmelo's going to head to the main roster sooner than later, probably by Rumble, if not at the Rumble. But I think that Dragunov is too good to keep him down. So give me Ilya Dragunov 5 points, and thus concludes the NXT portion of our show. Moving right along to Wrestle Dream. I'm gonna pull up that card here.
Grip off.
This is the sneaky good card. Will it be $50 good? I don't know, but I think it has the potential to be really fucking good. So we are picking Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. The Young Bucks versus the Guns versus the Lucha Brothers versus Orange Cassidy and Hook in a 4-way tag team match for a future AEW Tag Team Championship match. Chris Statlander defending the TBS title against Julia Hart. Eddie Kingston defending the Ring of Honor World Championship and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship against Katsuyori Shibata. Jericho.
Shibata.
There it is.
Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite, which is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, versus the Callis family. Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, Will Ospreay. Christian Cage defends with Don Callis, of course. Christian Cage defends the TNT title in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Darby Allin.
Now, is he defending it, or is Luchasaurus defending it?
No, he is the champion. He beat Luchasaurus and Darby in a 3-way match a couple weeks ago at Collision. So he is the official TNT title holder.
Okay.
I think he's the first person. No, yeah, I know. He's the first person that has ever hold a title in AEW, WWE, ECW, and Impact. It was WWE, ECW, all the same.
Yeah.
Now we're just picking the last fall. We're not picking each fall?
Correct. We
Okay.
are picking the overall winner, right?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. MJF defends the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships against the Righteous in a handicap match. Vincent and Dutch are the Righteous. FTR defend the AEW Tag Team Championships against Aussie Open. And I don't know which one of these is going to main event, so I'm picking which one I think is going to main event. Hangman Page will face Swerve Strickland, and Bryan Danielson will face Zack Sabre Jr. Those are your matches. There are 10 points up for grabs. And we'll just continue where we left off. Ransom, we'll start with you. Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta.
Ricky Starks for 4 points.
I can't type. You said 4.
I did.
4? Man, I don't know. I was not prepared for this card. I only had like 3 picks that I was like really sure of, and everything else I'm like, it's really a lot of 50-50 booking. But thinking. Ricky Starks. 5 points.
Give me Ricky Starks. 4 points. Poot.
Ricky Stonks. They're going up for 6 points.
The Fatal 4-Way match. Not Fatal 4-Way. The 4-Way Tag Team match for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship. The Bucks, the Guns, the Lucha Brothers, and the Orange Hook. The Hookus. The Hook City. Whatever you want to call them. Orange Cassidy and Hook, which is a weird fucking team.
Orange Hookity.
Oh.
The Hookity.
Cricket.
You got.
Well, this is gonna be my 1-pointer, and oh god, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have like Young Bucks and FTR fucking 4,000 again. Be nice to see the Guns in there. You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Guns for 1 point. I don't know. That's my 1-pointer. This is like a throwaway one. I have no idea what's going on.
Now that CM Punk is gone, there is no one to stop the Elite from putting themselves over. Give me the Young Bucks. 6 points. I said what I said unapologetically, Poot.
I'm ready to be hurt again, not picking the Bucks. Let's see. I am gonna go. I'm gonna go outside on this one. I'm gonna pick Orange Hookity for 2, because I feel like people fucking love Orange Cassidy, and people they need to start liking Hook again. So. And plus, I think it'd be fucking fun. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be interesting. It's more than likely going to be the Bucks. For me, for my money, I think the likelihood is actually Bucks, Guns, Orange Cassidy, and then the Lucha Bros. And I feel bad saying that because I love Ray Phoenix and Penta. But you know, yeah. But I'm gonna put my 2-pointer on Orange Hookity.
If you are going with the old adage of who stands tall loses, I believe that Orange Cassidy won the Fatal 4-Way match last night.
Yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. The people have had multiple belts and made it successful. Am I right? Better than you, baby? You know, certainly nothing bad happened, like, you know, untimely injuries or anything like that.
Ransom, who you picking?
I'm not confident that we get Bucks versus FTR. we might get Bucks versus Aussie Open. And I think that would be an entertaining match. But regardless, I think the Bucks take it. I really do, because if this was for the tag team championships, I don't know that I'd be calling for the Bucks just yet, but future tag team title shot, it's still going to be maybe a way away before the actual title shot happens, and FTR could lose it, so it's not like we're going to get, well, here's Bucks FTR 4000. Because if that were the case, I don't know, I think if I was banking on FTR keeping the titles for a while, I probably wouldn't pick the Bucks, just because feel like that's been done to death. But I think Aussie Open might have a chance. So I'm going to go Bucks for 3.
All right. Chris Statlander defending the TBS title against Julia Hart. Julia's had a great resurgence. Well, I can't say resurgence. She's had a great surgence. She's looked the part, man. But unfortunately, it's just bad timing. She's just gonna be nothing more than a foil to Chris Statlander at this time. I don't know that it'll necessarily be one and done here. I think that Julia might have some more. She might make some noise in the future, but right now, it's all stat all the time. Give me Chris Statlander 8 points. Poot.
They haven't. I mean, Julia. They made a big point on this past Dynamite that Julia Hart is still undefeated. They made a whole big stink about that. And on one hand, I went, well, she is going to have Brody King out there. But I mean, like they had Chris Statlander come back to this huge big pop and this whole big thing, and they put the belt on her, and you know they had her beat Jade Cargill and the whole thing. Like, so it's really hard to bet against Statlander here. It's really tough. But you guys know me. I'm gonna fucking do it. No, actually, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm going a little more conservative here. I'm gonna go 4 points on Chris Statlander. Like I said, you could make the argument that the money's in the chase for Chris Statlander, but like Julia Hart, I think it would be interesting, but like I'm not like completely sold on her as a force yet. You know what I mean?
Fair. I got you, fam. Ransom, who you got?
Well, if it's Julia Hart versus Chris Statlander, I'm probably going to say Becky Lynch is going to win this one.
See, I thought you were going to go with the sure bet of Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, same.
Oh, shit.
She could shapeshift into anyone. She's like Gumby.
It's true.
Oh,
Clayface.
I mean, now Clayface.
She can change and do
Clayface from
anything.
Batman.
Yeah. So, did I use my 4 points yet?
You have against with Ricky Starks.
Your first pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This is gonna be a thing with this pick here. I'm just gonna. I don't know. Statlander 5 points.
Tom.
I'm feeling a little bit more confident than Beef. I am going to put 9 points on Chris Statlander for all the reasons.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah, man. It's way too soon. It's way too soon. She got that big fucking send off from Jade. Yeah. It's way too soon. Which means, of course, Julia Hart's gonna beat her. Eddie Kingston defends both the Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong Open Weight title against Katsuyori Shibata. Yes.
I just like this one. This is a good match.
But I think that absolutely, man, Eddie's having a blast, and I think that this is a sneaky good match.
The only way it could be better is if Murder Grandpa was around.
Right. That would really bring out my New Japan boner. I have no idea whose pick it is. Tom, do you know this?
Yu-Gi-Oh for 10 points. I don't know. Fucking
yeah.
What?
No, I was asking you who's up. That's my question.
What was the last one that we picked?
Stat and
Statlander, and I think I was like, I don't remember where I picked on that one. Hold on. Okay, hang on. I can tell you here.
I can name. I don't think it matters that much.
I can walk this back. Ransom was first to pick. Ransom was first to pick Ricky Starks.
It's true. You were first to pick the guns.
I was first to pick the guns.
I was first to pick Statlander.
It's my turn.
So Poot, you're up.
Poot was
Eddie versus Katsuyori Shibata. Who you got?
Man, this is tough. I mean, Kingston just got a hold of the Row World Championship and Strong Openweight Championship. Well, the Strong Openweight Championship he's had for a little bit, but not a crazy amount of time. I'm gonna lean into the Eddie Kingston thing here. I'm gonna say 5 points on Eddie Kingston. Why knock him off? Why knock him off where he's at now?
Fair. That's fair. And it's real fresh. Who you got, Ransom?
I mean, I'd be shocked if Eddie just takes the title off of Claudio, and then they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, it's Shibata time. Butter up that toast. Make a sandwich. I don't think so. Eddie Kingston, 7 points. Fuck your face.
Tom?
So casual.
very subtle. Fuck your face.
That's right up there with mine. Watch out.
Amy.
Yeah, if this were only for the Strong Openweight Championship, I might be a little bit more hesitant to pick Eddie Kingston, but being that it's for both the Ring of Honor World Championship and the Strong Openweight Championship, not a doubt in my mind. 10 points, Eddie Kingston. Next.
The only reason I'm picking Eddie Kingston is because Shibata is currently holding the Ring of Honor television title, I do believe, or whatever they call it. Their mid card. I think it's TV. No, Joe is the TV. No, Joe is the TV championship. Shibata is the pure champion.
Wait, who the fuck did he beat for that?
Garcia, I believe.
Really?
I think there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that long ago. Okay.
Yep.
Well, damn. Okay.
So, because I don't think that they want Shibata rolling in fucking gold. He fucking deserves it because he's incredible, but I don't think that they want that necessarily. I'm sure Eddie would love to put Shibata over, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And like I said, it has less to do with Eddie just winning the title, and more about them not putting more belts on Shibata. So I'm taking Eddie Kingston 9 points because of that. The Elite, the Elite, the Golden Elite, with special guest Chris Jericho, take on the Callis family. Takeshita, Guevara, Ospreay, Ransom, go.
Did I use my 6 points yet?
You have not.
Well, I'm going to put 6 points on Golden Elite. Didn't they lose the last time they were up against the Callis family?
They did.
Yeah. I don't know that they're going to lose again, especially with Jericho with them. Unless... Is Don Callis still trying to recruit Jericho?
No.
No, God, no.
That's a storyline that's passed.
Yep, he He got Sammy instead of Jericho.
Yep.
Ah. Yeah, go in the late 6 points because I think the thing.
Tom?
I gotta disagree with Ransom on this one. I think Jericho's going to be the one to eat the pin. I think we're going to continue down this fucking Jericho questioning himself, if he still got it sort of storyline, whatever's going on, and the Sammy betrayal, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy got the pin on Jericho. And I think there's still a little bit more to the chase of Kenny Omega getting that one over on Kanosuke Takeshita or Takesh, whatever the fuck his name is.
Nope, you got it. Nope, that's racist. Takeshita.
Nope, that's racist.
Anyways,
it's like putting Mick in front of everything. It's not really.
Mick, fuck you. Excuse me. But no, I think Jericho eats the pin. I'm pretty sure we see the Callis family weasel their way into another victory somehow, some way, keep them looking strong, and then it means more whenever Omega finally beats Kanosuke later on down the road. But for now, I'm going to go with the Callis family, and I'm going to put 7 points on it.
Shit. I think I've been burned by Kenny Omega the last two times. I just
Wasn't it great when he had all those belts? That was fun.
Yeah. And who was he with when he had all those belts? Don Callis.
Yeah, but like,
Paul
isn't
Heyman?
it great whenever a great wrestler can put over a young guy and really make him shine? And I think that's exactly what Takeshita is having the benefit of Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is I still in high regards is one of the greatest of all time. And even more so that he has like the foresight to say, like, I don't want to be putting people over in my 50s when I'm broken down and not as good as I am. I want to put people over now when it fucking matters.
Poor CM Punk.
Well, I mean, not just CM Punk. Like, everybody fucking does it. Fucking Jericho, fucking Shawn Michaels, fucking Ric Flair was fucking putting people over in his 70s. Fucking, everybody does it, man. Everybody waits
HBK can
way
still do
too
it, though.
long. Way too long, Triple H, to put somebody over. When, in actuality, by the time that they put somebody over, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. I mean, it still matters, but it's not as poignant as when it would have been more important. And I think that Kenny is seeing that, and I'm fine with that. However, with them losing it all in, and Kenny losing it all out, I think that they absolutely have to get one back here. The Callis family was standing tall over Ibushi on Wednesday. I think they get one back here. It would not shock me if Kenny beats Ospreay, pins Ospreay here, to set up for the eventual Kenny versus Ospreay 3 at Wrestle Kingdom next year, which makes all the fucking sense and money in the world. So yeah, I'm not confident on it at all because Kenny Omega, I've been hurt by you before, Kenny. I'm putting 1 point on it. You're not gonna hurt me this time. But 1 point for the Golden Elite and Kenny. Pootsky.
This is where I come for the loserweight belt. I am gonna put.
Don't even try it.
Okay, then I won't. I'm going to go with
mine.
3 points. 3 points on the I'm gonna go with the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
I think it would be good to just keep them rolling. Heels with good fucking points. Fucking do it. That serial killer Don Callis. I love how he hammered that away on an episode of Dynamite. He's like, I'm like a serial killer. I like to collect things. And I'm like, lean into that shit. I love the music. Just that.
Yeah, man.
I fucking
ominous fucking
just drone
note.
like fucking brilliant.
The fucking brown note.
The painting of him and fucking Takeshi.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Just leave it. Let it keep rolling. 3 points. The Don Callis family.
So happy that WWE has Paul Heyman and AEW has Don Callis.
Don Callis is like the truly fucking evil version of Paul Heyman. Like, it's great.
Man.
He's really good. I never got to see Don Callis shine before his AEW run.
Yeah,
and, oh my lord, he's so good.
And no one's even saying, "Oh, Cyrus the Virus." It's like, no, he's Don Callis. Like
fucking Bobby Heenan, chaotic evil, Paul Heyman, neutral evil, Don Callis, like evil. You know?
Yeah.
So like, you know,
all right.
Or rather, yeah.
Yeah.
Lawful evil, neutral evil. But you get my point here. Like, yeah, man, they're all cut out of the same cloth, and they're all so good at what they do.
Hell yeah.
All right, so
moving right
along. Hell yeah, fuck it. Christian, the actual championship, the actual TNT champion defends against Darby Allin for that TNT championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Fuck.
Berries.
You know what they say.
Tom, this is your pick.
The Ghost of Luke Perry for fucking 10 points.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Is upon us.
The fucking Christian can make dead dad jokes and I can't.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he can.
Spooky season is upon us.
Christian's on the biggest run of his. Christian's on the biggest run of his career. What are you doing talking about, Tom?
Krishman Teshkata? What?
You heard me.
Christian Shibata.
Yes.
I don't even. That's not even something different. That's like a different fucking sport, man.
That's a wholly delicious sandwich.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But give me Christian for.
Okay.
Give me Christian for 8 points.
Wait, I thought you picked the other guy.
The Ghost of Luke Perry.
Yeah, I thought you were picking. Never mind.
Yeah, that's somebody different. Yeah. I mean, Christian.
I mean, if anybody's gonna dethrone Christian Cage, it could be the Ghost of Luke Perry because all those fucking dead dad jokes are gonna catch up with him. So you know.
At last.
Who's in this match?
Darby Allin.
Yeah, man. I like Christian 3 points. He. I said it before and I'll say it again. He's on the best run of his career. And he's making it look effortless. You know, for every. Broken down old man CM Punk rant we get, there's a Christian who's just making it look easy. So yeah, man, keep this shit like Poot said, man, with the Callis family, like keep this rolling, keep this Christian thing going. This is gold.
Christian.
Yeah, Poot.
I wildly agree with you, but I beg to differ on this one. I'm going 9 fucking points on Darby Allin because I think old fucking Sexton Hardcastle is going to come out and fuck with Christian Cage. And Darby Allin's going to take the belt away, and then we're going to get Christian Cage and Sexton Hardcastle fucking around.
I
got a different theory on that.
If this had been the main event, absolutely I'd agree with you. But I don't think that they're going to debut Adam Copeland in the middle of the show. I think Edge shows up. I think Edge shows up. Absolutely. Absolutely, I think Edge shows up on Sunday night. But I don't think I don't think they're going to jump into him and Christian right away. Ransom, who you got in this match?
Oh, I farted.
What?
You heard me, son.
No, I literally did.
I agree with Poot in every way possible, except Sexton Hardcastle arrives and helps Christian win his last fall. And what a way to come in. Christian Cage, 9 points.
Okay. So when you say you agree with Pete, you don't agree with Pete at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like
Nailed
I just, and I think, you know, the writing's on the wall. I think that
Edgy
you know,
poo.
I think Copeland's had AEW. I think the debute's coming on Saturday because as of Saturday, Sunday. As of Saturday at midnight, he's a free agent and he can do whatever the fuck he wants on whatever channel he wants.
Yeah.
Much like John Moxley.
Yeah.
So
fuck you.
I'll be interested to see if they get Alter Bridge, and I really hope they do because Edge without Metalingus is not Edge at all. However,
they're gonna. Vince doesn't own that.
However, I would be okay if he used South of Heaven again. That was pretty fucking cool.
That was dope. I'll bet you it might be Alter Bridge's new single, the what's it called, Silver Tongue.
Haven't heard it.
Might be that one. It's real good. You should listen to it.
But anyway, yeah. MJF defends the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships in a handicap match against the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch. This is tough. This is a tough cookie. This is a tough cookie, and I'm glad I'm not picking first. I forget who is picking first, but I'm glad it's not me.
I'm pretty sure it is you.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Is that right?
Hoisted by my own.
Oh, it is me, son of a bitch! I've been hoisted by my own petard.
Finally!
This is Poot's revenge right here.
Hoisted by my own
finally.
Luke Picard.
Make it so, beef.
Fucking Poot playing this shit. He planned it. All right.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Fucking Poot. That laugh killed me. All right, so here's where we stand. The internet wrestling community is not sure about the legitimacy of Adam Cole's ankle injury.
Oh.
You know,
It's
neither
seeming pretty legit. Like Britt Baker.
neither am I. Yeah, okay, but like, does he
Baker's
really?
an AEW employee.
Yeah, did he really like destroy it? Fucking break it in 3 places, jumping off of a ramp, and before beef, you shattered your ankle walking up. Yeah, I'm not fucking Adam Cole. Adam Cole's a fucking Greek god. I'm a fucking 300+ pound monster truck.
And he doesn't steal sandwiches with 3 cents.
Adam!
Yeah.
Somebody postulated that the Adam that Roddy's been yelling for is not Adam Cole at all, but Adam Copeland, and I think that would be wild if it was fucking Adam Copeland. That would be wild.
Oh my!
Like, Adam Cole's like,
Wild
what do you
card.
want? And Roddy Strong's like, not you. The fucking Ed shows up. That'd be fucking great. You know, I don't know. Like, I get it. Freak accidents happen. But, like, he was putting all kinds of weight. Yeah, he was putting all kinds of weight on it in the ring that night. And, like, if he shattered it, take it from somebody who shattered his fucking ankle. Like, you can't put 0 weight on it. Absolutely none.
Yeah, but to your credit, you also said there's a difference between you and him. Like, fucking, I mean, Bully Ray fucking shattered his ankle once before, and literally the only thing keeping his ankle from, like swelling up into fucking oblivion was the fact that, like, his boots were tied perfectly tight and stuff like that. So the fact that he had his boots on or whatever, he might have still been able to put weight on it. Maybe he was just kind of feeling the waters.
Maybe.
I mean, in that sense. So I'm just saying, it can't be legit that way.
They ended Dynamite. they ended Dynamite with the beatdown of Jay White with 5 guys in all black. One of them wearing the fucking, or with the 4 guys, all in black. One of them wearing the fucking devil mask.
Either way,
which
it's a
was last
Pornhub.
Which was last hanging above Adam Cole's locker at All In. I just I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe. It's just. But okay, so here's the crux of it. You either have your AEW champion lose in a handicap match. I understand that, but you still have him lose, or you have one guy beat 2 guys who are really kind of burgeoning and really kind of make their way. I don't see a good way out of this. I really don't. If Adam Cole is really hurt, fucking terrible timing. Just the worst timing Adam Cole has. Just the worst timing.
Worst.
But I mean, as far as this pick goes, I think they're going to value the AEW belt over the Ring of Honor belts. So I believe that MJF is going to somehow win this thing. They're gonna bleed this shit out, man. They're really gonna make you love Max, and then either he's gonna twist the knife and turn on Cole, and it's gonna hurt super fucking bad, or when Cole eventually turns on him, it's gonna really fucking just push him into the stratosphere. But in this particular match, I'm taking MJF. 5 points. It's his first foray defending the belts by himself. Or maybe, well, I am defending the belts with an Adam. It's just not Adam Cole, baby. Many ways that this could break, for sure.
I'm surprised that they didn't. I'm surprised that they didn't announce that he would have a mystery partner or something like that. But maybe that would have
figured at that point that it was going to be Edge.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
They don't want to spoil that much.
Yeah,
right. But regardless, give me MJF. Whether he's single, whether he's with somebody, I like MJF getting over the odds here. 5 points. Poot.
Man, I like that was my first thing when I heard that Adam Cole got hurt and I went, I got to find the clip. It's going to be fucking gross if it's as bad as he says. He landed on it, and if it broke he's like, my ankle shattered in a bunch of things. And I'm sitting there going, man, no, you know whose ankle shattered in a million pieces? That one guy who went through 9,000 tables. That guy's ankle shattered in a million fucking places. I mean, you can damage the inner workings, and if the inner workings of your ankle crushed, maybe you could get away with hobbling around on it. But he landed and immediately kept he hobbled a little bit, but man, for as bandaged up as that sumbitch was, he would have landed and started screaming. And I went, is this a fucking work? Is this I don't know.
For what it's worth, it sounds like we're not the only one getting. If it isn't worked, we're not the only one getting worked. It sounds like the entire AEW locker room thinks that Adam Cole's going to be out for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, and if that's the case, I'm like, I think. See, I just the righteous. I'm like Vincent, I got my 1 pointer left. I'm going to go 1 point on the righteous. Just because if this injury is real, I know that they could have MJF be old MJF tri-belts. But, I really don't see them, that would be a ridiculous, run. Because if Adam Cole is injured as bad as he says he is, then kind of fucking you'd have to have MJF constantly beat people in handicap matches, and it's not unfeasible, but like, man, that really kind of neuters a lot of tag teams unless you put chump tag teams near him. So I think if Adam is actually injured as bad as he says he is, this is going to be a pivot, and they're either going to make it a core of why MJF and Adam Cole blow up, or they're going to brush it under the rug and be like, look, I didn't do that, but I still have the Triple B. We're still bros. And, so I have my 1-pointer. I'm going to use it here because this is one that I wasn't sure about. I'm going to put 1 point on the Righteous just for kicks.
Ransom.
Yeah, this could go a number of different ways. Like, storyline wise. Either Cole's not really hurt and, he shows up halfway through or towards the end of the match and is like, oh, we fooled you because we're better than you and we know it. And, he's not really hurt. MJF tags him in, win. Or he isn't really hurt and he betrays MJF, but like, if that's the case, if he's not really hurt, I don't know why the not really hurt and the betraying MJF storyline would happen now. I feel like they would have a run with these tag belts for a minute before there's any sort of betrayal that happens. Especially the way that they won it, and then they had their match against each other. It just seems way too soon for them to be like, all right, let's pull the trigger on the betrayal. I feel like they would draw it out more. I feel like that would be better business, to draw it out more and make people wonder, is this going to be it? Oh, is this going to be it? So I don't necessarily think that he's not hurt and the betrayal comes now. That seems like the least feasible outcome in my mind. If he is hurt, though, if he is hurt and MJF loses these titles in a handicap match, that really, I think, kind of neuters the betrayal when it happens on whoever betrays who. But then again, to Poot's point, like, are they really going to have MJF hold these belts for a prolonged period of time while Cole's ankle heals and beat tag teams by himself? I don't know. I don't know what the scenario is going to be. I'm guessing that MJF's going to win here. I don't know how he wins. I don't know how the story plays out. I mean, hell, Cole could even come down on crutches when MJF is about to lose and smack one of these guys with a crutch and, steal the titles for them. I'm going to go MJF. Just because I think that's the most likely outcome, however it comes about. And I'm going to say MJF for 10.
Wow.
He's a scumbag, but he's your scumbag.
I don't know. I just don't see them. I don't know. I just don't see them, even if Cole is legitimately hurt, I just don't see them taking the belts off of MJF so soon.
Sure.
So to that point in everything that you guys have said, and to Ransom's point, I feel like it's still a little too soon to have the tag titles taken away from MJF and Adam Cole, regardless if Cole's injury is legit or not. Either way, I still feel the full circle story would be the Kingdom beating them and winning the Raw tag team titles. Especially if Adam Cole's injury is a work. And even if it's not, then it still ties in that way. If they feel like, okay, well, we can't have MJF, constantly winning 2-on-1 handicap matches or whatever, and we can't just throw him with a new partner temporarily, or could we? Either way, whatever. But it just makes more sense to have the Kingdom be the one to do it, not the Righteous. And another way they could go with this is there was the beat down or whatever, and then whoever was in the MJF's like devil mask or whatever. Well, you could have like MJF kind of on the ropes and about to lose the match, and then somebody in the mask comes down and helps him out and helps him retain, and it ends up we find out it was me all along. And that being Adam Cole whenever the betrayal actually finally happens. So with everything we've postulated, I'm going to go with MJF, and I was going to go lower. I was going to put my 2 points on it, but I'm going to put my 4 points on it.
All right. Okay. Something I read which would be interesting is if it was like Cole and like the Kingdom under the hoods at Dynamite, either trying to set MJF up and have put the bullet on his, or the target on his back by Bullet Club, or working in his favor as like his stable. Either way, man, I'm for it. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. If if Adam Cole's injury is as legit as they're making it seem like it could be, huge loss, because I think that I think they have to scrub the payout, because he could be gone 4, 5, 6 months, and I don't know that you can keep this storyline going with only MJF wrestling and keep it interesting. I feel like it's a bummer, man. And here we are, like before another AEW event, saying, "Oh man, it's a bummer because X," or it's a bummer because so and so's hurt. Moxley's out, and he was supposed to face somebody outside of AEW for the title, and Cole's injured, and Danielson's recovering. I don't know if it's a conditioning thing. I don't know if it's unlucky breaks, no pun intended. I don't know if it's like the style, all of the above. Not working every day. I have no idea. But it seems like AEW finds themselves in this situation a lot, where they're punching shit up on the fly because of injuries. You guys are all very quiet. Did I lose you?
We're sitting amongst the under the you're holding
the ominous
court.
Silence.
Yeah.
Okay. The ominous silence. And I mean,
I'm sitting under the learning tree.
It's a bummer. And I think we're all fans of AEW. We all can realize where they have room to grow. And honestly, it's probably a little bit of everything. Like, yes, they wrestle a pretty reckless style. Like, yes, they don't wrestle frequently, so maybe there's something to that. Yes, it's some bad luck, and somehow they continue to overcome it. And I hope that they continue to do so, and they have a fucking answer for this. Because man, this fucking Adam Cole MJF storyline was the fucking hottest thing in wrestling in years, and for it to end with a wet fart is just would be a huge bummer.
Yet the Young Bucks can go out there and do all of the lunacy and goofy ass shit that they do, and just scoot away unscathed. And I don't understand. I'm fairly certain that their synths, if there was ever a time that I would believe that someone is actually an android, it's fucking Nick and Matt Jackson, because I don't understand how they do the shit that they do and don't wind up with 8,000 different injuries and some sort of tube hanging out of their body because it's just broken to hell and back. They're fucking androids, and you know it.
That seems like something a synth would say.
Fucking Jeff Bezos owns Nick and Matt Jackson because he's the one that built them on his operating table.
Kenny's legit an android. You know, he's a legit Terminator. Matt Jackson's been dealing with the fucking back injuries since 2006. So you know, we're coming up on the 20-year anniversary of that. Happy anniversary of Matt Jackson's mid back.
Fuck, you never know it though.
No, you're 100% right, man. They work hard, but
those two are something else, man. They're on a different level.
They work smart. They work hard. They work high risk, but they work smart high risk. They work in their wheelhouse. You know, when did we see Punk get hurt? When he tried something stupid outside of his fucking wheelhouse. When did we see Danielson get hurt? Whenever he wrestled fucking Okada and tried to wrestle the Japanese style. You know,
Adam Cole got hurt just walking off of a thing.
Like, you know,
he got hurt strolling through a field at nighttime after some Jaeger.
That's a freak thing. Like, but it happens. But like, you know, like, yeah, sometimes if you know your wheelhouse and you stick in your wheelhouse, you'll be okay. All right, so we're moving right along here to FTR defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against Aussie Open.
FTR.
Who, this is your pick.
Aussie. Oi. I'm going with Aussie Open for 7 points.
Wow, okay. Ransom.
What's my lowest?
You tipped your hat. Your lowest is 1.
Oh, pardon me. Oh, a little bit of sick came up on that one.
You have 1, 2, and 8 left.
Oh my, that's a smorgasbord of numbers. Ooh. I mean, I would love to see Aussie Open win this and the Bucks win their match and set up a match between the Young Bucks and Aussie Open for the tag team titles. I would really love to see that. I'm not confident on that though. That's just something I think I would love to see. So I'm gonna put. Would you say 1, 2, and 8?
1, 2, and 8. Yep.
I'm gonna put 1 point on Aussie Open, out of a hope.
Fair. Tom?
6 points. FTR.
Oh my word.
Yeah,
Easy.
I'm gonna one up Tom. FTR 10 points.
Shit, man.
That's 4 up in me.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's gonna pick Aussie Open for 10 points, and Aussie Open's gonna win. And
I think
Beef's eyebrows are gonna go crashing through the ground.
Shut up. I think we're heading for another Young Bucks FTR battle here. Because I think
really they're gonna do another one.
I do, and I think the Young Bucks are gonna win it, leaving them at 2 apiece. Leaving them at 2 apiece. You know why? Because Phil Brooks is not there to protect FTR anymore.
I mean, who was he really protecting? He couldn't protect himself.
Couldn't protect his dog. He couldn't protect himself.
I know.
Yeah, but his political fucking stroke, like, he made the call. Who was sent home from fucking Collision? So, like, and I mean, Cash fucking Wheeler has a fucking assault charge against him. Like, you're telling me that CM Punk didn't fucking swing his dick around and go, you know what? Like, these guys are my buddies. Keep them safe. I absolutely think that that's what happened. And I think that, the Punk umbrella is gonna, let the rain come through at some point. It's not gonna be yet. But maybe because I mean, Full Gear is just around the corner. So we might get FTR versus Young Bucks 4 at Full Gear, and the Bucks will win, which will leave it 2-2, which is a nice happy medium. Nobody wins, baby. Hangman Page faces Swerve Strickland in a singles match. For all the fucking build up that they've had, I don't know why this is a singles match. Like,
as opposed
I
to
get, like anything else, like a hardcore match, a fucking Seattle street fight, something. Because it's been a very like physical thing with them, and I don't know, man. Like I feel like this would have been better served to do anything else. Worth noting, they are in Seattle. Seattle is Swerve's house, as it were. House.
His house. Sound very Canadian there, eh?
With all that being said, Ransom, who you got?
Oh, fuck me. Oh, piss and vinegar. What? Okay. Pass. Can I do that?
I'm going to use my Uno reverse card and reverse it back to you.
Fuck!
Draw 4.
It's not your turn, Beef. Quit holding them.
Damn it.
God, quit holding it.
Gotta play Uno again. Shit. I don't have a good reason. I don't have a good explanation for this match, so I'm just gonna say draw 2 on Swerve Strickland.
Tom?
Same skis.
I can't believe this, but I'm also putting 2 points on Swerve. I think they're trying to build him up into a believable main eventer, and I think that him winning in his hometown will go a long way, especially if it's the main event.
Like, what does this match really have main event caliber? Like, how big is this feud between them? Like, I have no idea what's going on.
I mean, it's been going.
Yeah, it's been kind of like a back burner feud. I honestly think that Danielson versus Sabre Jr. is going to main event.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like
talent.
But between these two matches, like if it was literally down to one of these two matches being the main event, there's no fucking way it's not Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. I'm sorry, like no disrespect to Hangman or Swerve, but they're not Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr.
And like I said, Seattle is Swerve's hometown, so I'm sure they could probably squeeze a little bit of juice out of that.
He'll open the show and pop them off, get the crowd started up nice.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's a possibility that this could main event. I think a lot is going to change, maybe too. I think that Tony Khan probably has a couple plans in place in case, a certain Canadian seems to just stroll south of the border there on Sunday night. So
Can I ask you to elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Or do you want to elaborate that on after everybody does their pick for this pick?
No, I think that whether or not Edge shows up,
do you think he'll wrestle?
Telling. No, I don't. But I think that his position in a debut could determine the match order.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I don't think you have Adam Copeland come out at fucking 9:30. Like
No.
you save that bacon till fucking 11:30, man. Like, main event, everybody's kind of on edge, wanting to see what's happening. No pun intended. So like, yeah, nothing is certain, but it sounds pretty fucking certain that he's gonna show up. So I mean, like, who's to say that Christian versus Darby couldn't be in a main event? It is a title match after all. Like, so
I mean, I think
it does have that going for him.
I think if we don't get Christian versus Darby until the main event,
it
has to be a foregone conclusion that Edge is showing up. Like, that would be, who's going to bet against Edge showing up if Christian is in the main event of this pay-per-view?
Exactly. And to be fair, it is the only match that has a gimmick on the entire card. So take that for what you will. Poot still has to make his points. We're sorry for step on you, Poot. Who you got in Swerve versus Hangman?
I'm going against every single one of you idiots. I'm going Hangman Page for 8 because suck my balls.
Oh my heavens!
And I feel that. I get it. It's not a bad pick. I think that this is easily probably one of the biggest pick'ems of the night.
It's just one of those things that, like, to me, I'm like, Hangman Adam Page made a point about, like, new merch, new gear, new me, new this, new that, and Hangman Page hasn't really done a lot lately. He's done things, but not a lot. And that's the thing, is we need to, and also, man, I understand that, like, this has been breaking tradition lately, but, like, isn't fucking losing your hometown. And also, this could just be a re-kickoff for Adam Page to, go up and do more things. I'm not saying push him to the top of the card. I'm saying just, like, make him believable again, because, dude, he was so hot. He was so on top of things, and people still love cowboy shit. Look, Swerve Strickland is undeniable. He's awesome. He's incredible. He's great. He's a lot. He's awesome. He's a lot. He's all that in a bag of chips. But, like, storyline wise, Hangman's been kind of, like, fighting up the ladder, and, like, now he's facing Akuma. Like, it's time for him to overcome Akuma. Swerve Strickland can handle a fucking loss. Like, it just makes sense to me for Page to win. The overcoming face, and he's had more teeth again in his promos and, like, presenting himself. He's been more like what a cowboy actually was. Like, and I'm like, that suits him well, and he needs to stay on that path. So that's why I'm saying Hangman for 8.
I loved his promo on Dynamite.
Fucking great.
Where he talked about having the dark cloud over him for the last, year and a half or whatever. Like, that's how you do a promo about somebody without saying a fucking word. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing, and Swerve tried to, like, be like, oh, it rains a lot in Seattle too. Like, all right, buddy, but you kind of missed the mark, my man. You kind of missed the whole fucking point. It's not a literal cloud, my dude. Like, it's literally talking about CM Punk being a fucking thorn in his side for the last fucking, 2 years, and it's finally fucking gone. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. I guess I wish I could put my points and say, if we get Ghost Riders in the Sky at Seattle, then I think that Hangman Page is gonna win. But win face. I don't know. I just feel like Swerve has more to win and more to lose. And Hangman, because he's been so wishy-washy like lukewarm. Doesn't have as far to fall. But for Swerve, this is absolutely punching up. And if Swerve doesn't win this...
See, at this point, I don't see it that way. I don't see Swerve Strickland punching up, man. Like, Swerve Strickland's doing great.
He's a former AEW champion. Like, Adam Page is a former AEW champion.
I know that, but, like, there'd be some people out there hard-pressed to remember that he fucking had the championship. Like,
I know.
If there has been... I know you do, but you're abnormal. Like, we remember it because we're like, but like the cat, like think about like the giant omnipresent people. I understand that AEW fans are more smart markish and stuff and more kind of ingrained in it. But that's the thing is that like, we really don't talk about Hangman Page. Like we don't talk about what he does because everything's been very lukewarm. He's not as believable. A win over Swerve Strickland though, I think would make him believable again because, he's actually backing up the shit that he fucking says.
Hey, but Hangman beat Moxley in a fucking Texas death match at Revolution this year.
Yeah,
like if that didn't fucking like resurge his fucking cowboy pants, I don't know that beating Swerve Strickland's gonna
Ransom
do that.
Tom, did you guys remember that?
Remember what?
Exactly. Like
I'm sorry,
the fact that Hangman Page like won a Texas death match against Moxley earlier this year. Did you remember that before Beef mentioned it?
I did not.
No. And that's the point. It happened and it was great. And that's cool that it did. But people don't remember that. They're doing the thing to Hangman Page of what have you done for me lately? And aside from that, like, that's my point. Is like, Swerve Strickland can eat a loss. Like he can. Ever since he's come in there, he said whose house? And every single time, it's just Swerve's house. A loss to Hangman Page is not going to make people go like, whose house? Nobody's. Like, it's not going to happen. Anyway.
I just want Keith Lee to get involved and like make Swerve lose. Like maybe he will finally get a fucking finish. Keith Lee versus Swerve Scott?
I'm like itching to like pick this last one. Can we talk about the dream match of forever?
We absolutely can. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. No titles on the line other than the title of the best technical wrestler in the world. Man alive. Is this going to be just an incredible match? Yeah, there's very little positives I can't say about the two of these guys. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler in the world. I think that Daniel Bryan's probably in the top 5, but I think that Zack Sabre Jr. is number 1 with a bullet. Tom, who do you have in this matchup for your 3-pointer?
Give me ZSJ for 3 points.
Damn. That's something.
You just went on and touted how he's the best technical wrestler in the world. I mean,
I did.
And
it's also. I mean, it's done fuck all for him in New Japan, other than them basically introducing a title just to give it to him, which I'm glad that they did. And he's been a great TV champion. He's the inaugural champion to this point. So yeah, like, but
you also had Danielson lose to Okada. So I mean,
no, he didn't.
Wait, he didn't. That's right. Well, then even more reason to pick Zack Sabre Jr. Fucking 50-50 booking. So yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. 3 points.
Nah, man, I'm on the Danielson train, just like the train runs from Mordor. At this point, he's the de facto face of Collision, and that could be changing. That absolutely could be changing. If Sexton Hardcastle shows up on Sunday, like maybe he's the new guy. I don't know. But like right now, it's Danielson's show. Like Punk created a fucking vortex. Danielson showed up and said, "I got this." Basically, kind of what happened with in WWE. Punk left. Danielson got a huge push. You know, Danielson should really thank CM Punk for creating all this wonderful hype for him. In all seriousness, though, like you said it earlier about Dragunov and fucking Mello. Like I think that this is going to be a match where the fans win. The only bummer is that Danielson is still hurt. He still has that cast on his arm, which means he's not at 100%. He's at like 85, 90%, which 85, 90% of the American Dragon is still fucking 100% better than like most other wrestlers on the planet. But like Zack Sabre Jr. works a lot in contortion locks and like moves that really look like they fucking hurt. A lot of submissions are watered down, but anything that I see Zack Sabre Jr. do, it looks incredible. And it looks like it would cause incredible amounts of pain. And I don't think he'll have that leeway with Danielson, because I just don't think that they want to run the risk of having him be out for an extended amount of time. But yeah, I don't see. I don't see Danielson losing this match, especially because he beat Okada. You know, a transitive property. I just feel like it's gonna be close, and it's gonna be a great match. But I like Bryan Danielson, 7 points. Poot?
Well, this is my 10-pointer. This is my 10-pointer, and it's going on Amdrag, man. Even a hurt Amdrag is still the American Dragon. And like I said, if ZSJ was AEW bound, if he was there and he was in, I would probably lean. It would probably be a tougher choice for me. But Danielson going over. I mean, we're pretty on par with Kingston going over. You know, like you. It's just like, I don't know. Having Danielson not win this, I think it would make him look like even more of a badass if wrestling most of a match with a broken fucking arm and making it look awesome and like people didn't know until after the fact didn't make you look like one of the toughest sons of bitches that ever stepped in the ring. And then to come back while it's still healing and do it again to prove your point. It's 10 points on Danielson. The end.
Cards on the table. I want to touch on something you said there. I'd be remiss if we didn't mention. And it's not from any like vetted source, but somebody mentioned. And I don't even think it was like a report. It was like a, hey, what if?
Is this going to be a, hey, what if ZSJ signed?
No.
Okay.
So, Tony Khan has said that this is the start of a new era. This Wrestle Dream. And there's been a lot of speculation what that means. Because Tony Khan is a man who doesn't mince words. And, like, normally if he says something like that, it usually means something. There was conjecture that maybe Tony Khan was buying New Japan.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
And again, it never really got to the point of seriousness. I don't think. Tony Khan was asked about it on his media call for Wrestle Dream, and didn't outright say no. He talked about how rumors were fun. He didn't necessarily say no, but he kind of alluded to saying, I'm not doing that. I mean, to be fair, the dude has his fingers in a lot of pies right now. Like, yes, AEW, but also Ring of Honor. And also, he's a fucking vice president of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, like, he's got a lot of, and I think he owns a football club, if I'm not mistaken, like a soccer club. So I believe that, this would be something that would be kind of overextending. However, if he were to have New Japan, Ring of Honor, AEW, and all those tape libraries, and their media deals coming up at the end of this year, like, what better way to get yourself in a better position than saying, not only are we putting on monthly pay-per-views, which is the report, not only are we giving you, every couple of months big events in Japan, not only are we giving you every couple of months big events in Ring of Honor, but we also have hundreds, thousands of hours of tapes from New Japan, from Ring of Honor. Snowball's chance in hell, probably. He's probably alluding to the debut of Edge or Mercedes, or something of the like. But or maybe they'll officially announce a partnership with Max going forward. It could be something like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, yeah, like, is it a possibility? Maybe. Never say never in the wrestling world. I think it's something he may have said when he was asked that question. So, all things being equal, Poot, I'm not so sure that by the end of the night at Wrestle Dream, Zack Sabre Jr. may not be an employee of Tony Khan.
That was a long way to say, Poot, you're probably wrong.
I'm not gonna put the word probably on there, and I don't think that you're wrong. I just wanted to throw out that conjecture, just to kind of spice things up. Ransom still has a pick here for his first 8-pointer.
Yeah, but for all those reasons that you just mentioned, wouldn't that allude to maybe it'd be more reason for Zack Sabre Jr. to win? Like, if Tony Khan is buying New Japan and everything like that? Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. Here's the way I see it going is that Danielson puts on a hell of a match. He doesn't go over, but he still gets the fucking hero's ovation at the end from the hometown crowd, and him and Zack Sabre Jr. Have a respectful handshake or whatever. Zack Sabre Jr. lets Danielson have the ring, and Danielson, they go off the air with Danielson, getting the ovation. That's my prediction.
If you have less than 365 days, which seems to be what he may have been alluding to, left of full-time Bryan Danielson, you're going to make the matches matter, and more importantly, you're going to make the losses matter. So I think that his losses in the next year are going to be very key and well thought out. I think that when this match should have happened at the first Forbidden Door, absolutely, I think that Danielson was going to put Sabre Jr. over. But this is a different time. This is what I think is probably going to main event the show. And yes, Danielson is from the Seattle area. Aberdeen, to be fair. Yeah, this is everything's pointing to the Amdrag winning this, and I don't see any reason that he shouldn't. Ransom, what do you think?
Before I make my pick, what did you say about somebody not having time left?
Danielson. He came out like in the promo where he challenged Zack Sabre Jr., talking about wanting to be there for Birdie, and told her that like by the time that she was 7, he'd be wrapping up his in-ring career, his full-time in-ring career, and she turns 7 next year.
Oh, Huh.
Now, whether or not that's, Danielson being dramatic or a fucking work or a storyline or whatever, like who fucking knows? And he said as much like, hey, I'm going to be here, like I'm not going anywhere, but like at the same time, like I'm not going to be involved on the fucking weeklies and the monthlies like I have been.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. In any case, American Dragon for the 8-pointer.
Yeah, and I mean, like I'd like to see Saber win, but I mean, I just, I think it's a bigger chance that Swerve wins in a big main event window than Saber at this point. Because Swerve's been working his ass off on AEW TV. Saber's a relative unknown. I mean, obviously, the smart marks know him, and like Poot said, the majority of AEW's audience is smart marks. So yeah. But yeah, I
want to clip that and just have
That was a good one.
That's a fucking soundboard. Jesus.
Good gravy.
I got stuck on that one, boy. Sorry.
Someone reboot beef. Fuck.
Boy.
I thought he was just gonna glitch until he eventually passed out.
It's like, did you guys see the Dungeons and Dragon movies? It was a break.
No, I didn't. Paramount fucking sucks. And
sweet mother.
I think that this is going to be an incredible show. Look at all out. The proverbial chips were down, and people were kind of like, I don't know how good of a show is this going to be, and I think that this kind of has a similar vibe.
People or you?
No, people.
Yeah, in general, it was kind of like
your people.
Know.
There was a lot
people.
of like.
Is he?
I am people, but like there was a lot of rumblings that All Out wasn't going to be a great show, and it blew the fucking doors off of shit. All Out, not All In. And I think that this has a very similar kind of vibe. It's going very much under the radar. Like it doesn't have a heavyweight title match, so I think that immediately makes people go, oh, well, why am I getting invested? But like top to bottom, like, and I know that Wrestle Dream fucking sounds like a 13-year-old girl's fucking, bedroom. But like,
easy. Let's be careful with those phrases.
You went a little,
all right,
young on that one there, Beef.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking Lisa Frank, like the fucking pink walls and clouds and shit.
13-year-olds,
Yeah, that came out. I'm like, boy, that could be spun the wrong way. But like, it comes off very fucking like Lisa Frank, very fucking like, that kind of thing. I think has the shot at being a really good fucking show, top to bottom.
The card seems solid. It does.
Yeah, and I mean, it literally has a bunch of what I'd consider dream matches. Fucking Jericho teaming with Omega, like fucking Kingston versus Shibata. The Young Bucks in a fucking crazy fatal 4-way match. Danielson, Sabre Jr. obviously. Page versus Strickland will be great. FTR versus Aussie Open. There's a lot of literal dream matches here. So yeah, I think that this will do the namesake well as a dream event. And moreover, if it carries the kind of cachet that Tony Khan is implying, I think that it could be a big night for AEW.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think like if this pay-per-view comes off as good as it sounds on paper, I think it just goes to show that you don't necessarily need to have a heavyweight title match on every pay-per-view. I mean, I think we expect it. We expect it as wrestling fans, like, oh, it's a pay-per-view, or it's one of WWE's big four. It's gotta have a heavyweight title match. And I'm not saying that, heavyweight title matches don't belong on every pay-per-view, but I don't know. Like, I don't think this one's gonna suffer any for not having that heavyweight title defended. I think it'll be just fine without it.
Yeah, man.
Yummy.
Jeez, I thought someone was going to have to pull out Beef's cartridge and blow on it before they put it back in when he was Jeez.
Got a little stuck. Faux show.
got a little stuck.
A little bit.
Didn't think he was coming out of that one.
Just a little bit. Poot, I'm talked out. I think so much for 2 shows this week. I think we've done good here, boys. But Poot, I think it's time for you to say something and take us home.
Something, right?
Damn
that
it,
joke,
Poot.
guys. That fucking
fucking raccoon headed wearing raccoony cooners. I don't know what.